Please select a landing zone.
여기가 격리 포트가 여기 따로 있구나.
Landing zone
Roger.
cleared.
경사도 아무도 없는데 격리 플랫폼이다.
Shortly at LZ. This is P1 on station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Side ops list updated. Please mission list updated.
아우 정말 싫다.
Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Unit dispatched. 리워드.
Please specify a project. Development project has been added.
아 나 이거 개발을 안 하고 있었구나.
Development
그러고.
project has been added.
레벨이 부족했던 게 아니었던 건가? 아니야. 부족해.
Please specify a project.
웨폰 커스터마이징이 가능해가지고 만들려면 만들 수 있긴 한데. 소음기. 그래서 별로 안 쓸 것 같아. 내 성격상. 그래 남자는 자고로 핑크랬어. 그래 아주 핑크한 구성이야. 일단 당분간은 또 서브 퀘스트는 자제하고 빨리 메인을 하자.
Please select a mission.
와, 진짜 팬텀의 발자국이면 어떤 미션이었더라? 15 미션 15? 자, 미션 35 저주받은 유산.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa.
이 저격총 맞잖아요. 저격총.
Deploying.
네, 100 넘었죠. 100 넘은 지 꽤 됐지. 좋아. 아니 다짜고짜 갑자기 코드 토커의 연구가 탈취당해.
Enemy extraction choppers will be there any minute. You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by zero-risk security, and their client is XOF. If the choppers make off with the containers, that research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to happen.
그래 알았다 야.
One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers. Use your iDroid to order its development.
이미 있어 걱정하지 마. 나 좀 짠이라는.
Be careful down there, boss.
제가 패드로 하고 있는데요. 애초부터 리드 플랫폼이 풀스포였는데 뭔.
Please select a deployment point. Buddy has infiltrated. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
또 스컬이라도 나올라나?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
막혔어.
updated.
이런 맵 정말 싫어. 제가 정말 싫어하는데요. 그래도 한번 해보자. 잠깐 이러면 여기 어떻게 넘어가니? 이쪽으로 돌아가야 해야 되는구나.
Marker
에이
placed.
귀찮게 씨. 돌아가지 뭐.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Analysis
They must know where the
complete.
containers are.
Analysis complete.
If you can just squeeze it out of them.
한번 써볼까? 왜 맞질 않니? 나 빨리 컨테이너 회수해야 된다 임마. 야 임마 있나봐 빨리. 컨테이너 위치 보라 빨리.
I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look.
The map has
The
been
PF soldiers have
updated.
no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis.
와 씨앙.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
러저 대. 이러지마. 나 여기 내려가지고 얘 보내거란 말이야 이 미친. 아 여기에 왔다니. 으아자자자.
Analysis complete.
이런 이깟 것들.
You gotta extract him.
저기 가고 싶으면 하는 거죠 뭐.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Hey, they alright?
Analysis complete.
점점 밑도 끝도 없어진다. 또 너무 늦으면 안 될 것 같은데.
You gotta extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
일단 콰이어트를 어택
Please
포인트에
select deployment point.
미리 가져다 놓고.
He's coming too. Roger that.
어휴 디코이였어. 진짜 큰일 날 뻔했어.
Sun will set shortly.
그래 자들아.
Visibility in the jungle isn't great. Watch out. You could run into the enemy at any time.
Please, feel the roots. The branches become one with the forest. The forest is aware of the enemy's noise. You must be too.
어휴 이 병신아.
Our early warning radar still hasn't picked up the enemy choppers. But it's only a matter of time before they arrive.
어머나.
Fire at will.
우야 우야 우왕. 나 바로 앞에 있는데. 왜 날 못 보니?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
됐어.
Target extraction confirmed.
Extraction
That leaves one
arrived
target
at
to go.
Motorbase.
Take care of the next one.
Analysis complete. Enemy
Boss,
presence
our early
detected.
warning
The
radar
map
just
has
picked up
been
the enemy
updated.
choppers. We'll keep you informed of their ETA. Hurry up and extract the target. You can't go firing on the XOF choppers. If we attack
Enemy
XOF now, it'll be a
detected.
declaration of
The
war
map
against
has been
Cypher itself.
updated.
That time will come, but it's not now.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
8분이면 충분하지. 들어갑니다. 파이어! 있구요.
Extraction confirmed. Time to go.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. The map has been updated. Development project has been added.
All right, mission complete, boss. Boss, we got Code Talker's research materials back in one piece.
네, 안녕하세요.
The medical team has them under lock and key in the quarantine facility. The materials should help their research into the vocal cord parasites. Cypher won't be getting their hands on them now.
오케이. 자, 코드 토커와 그의 연구 네 번째, 스컬페이스의 목표 네 번째, 카지라 밀러의 햄버거 두 번째.
I have no doubt Skullface's plan is almost complete. At that point, I will no longer be of use to him. I must leave behind this record at least. A record of how the ancient vocal cord parasites became these abominable ethnic cleansing parasites. I believe he has two purposes for the ethnic cleansing parasites. The first, as their name suggests, is ethnic cleansing. This conflict between East and West that envelops the world will not last much longer. Once the Cold War ends, and the weight of America and the Soviet Union is lifted away, the ethnic conflicts they kept suppressed will all rise to the surface. It is not difficult to imagine that the radical sides will begin cleansing their adversaries. What if an ethnic cleansing parasite matching the language of the aggressors were to be unleashed? The aggressors would be washed off the earth. At the very least, the idea that retaliation could eradicate your people would prove a powerful deterrent. The second purpose is the Englishization of the world. To cipher the organization, this is probably their main use. Man thinks in words, or rather, words are man's very means of thinking. If you erase a word representing some concept, the concept itself disappears from the world. Nishone means beautiful in Navajo, but the image that comes to mind when we say Nishone differs from the Blagana's beautiful. An azure sky, a rolling landscape, lush greenery. The meaning we place in Nishone has its roots in Dene culture. If we lose the word Nijone, the images of our beautiful homeland would be washed away into oblivion along with it, just as Orwell indicated years ago. Cypher, being based in America, is pushing Englishization for this very reason. Suppose all 5 billion people on this planet come to read, speak, and think in English. Their wills could also be streamlined under English. Cypher's control would be all the easier. Economic governance would progress in leaps and bounds. The ethnic cleansing parasites would be a great aid in accomplishing this goal. There is no need to destroy every language besides English. All they need to do is weaken other dominant languages competing with it. Russian, Chinese, Arabic. If people know they risk their lives speaking such languages, they will flock to the lingua franca that is English. Cypher need not even focus attention on smaller languages. After all, they are already being eaten away by English. Business, education, film, commodities. English has permeated every area of global society. I can see this when I look at young Dene. Some of them have already lost their grasp of the Navajo language. It is said that over 2,000 languages of the world are facing extinction. This very moment, cultural concepts and forms of expression are disappearing forever. The spread of electronic networks gives greater meaning to Englishization. Networks have no national borders. By basing them on a single language, they can penetrate deeper into and between people. That basic point of unity provides the ideal environment for someone who aims to control people's wills. But how does this differ from building the Tower of Babel? The ethnic cleansing parasites attempt to rob man of his words. Such irony. It was the vocal cord parasites that gave words to him in the first place. Ancient man had no language. Unable to produce complex sounds due to the structure of the throat, he could communicate only through simple vocalizations and gestures. Then the vocal cord parasites infected his larynx. Man's transition to walking upright did not gift him solely with intelligence, but also with his voice. At the time, the vocal cord parasites never harmed man. They merely took a small measure of nourishment. In fact, you could call it a symbiotic relationship. Some animal species use particular vocalization patterns to attract a female and reproduce. Songbirds, certain insects, and also the vocal cord parasites. The difference is that the parasites themselves did not produce sounds. Rather, they had their hosts, man, do it for them. Once secure on the human host vocal cords, a male vocal cord parasite caused the host to produce a certain sound pattern, something like a warble of a bird. Meanwhile, females parasitizing other host pharynxes need only wait. Upon hearing the sound pattern of an attractive mate, they would manipulate their hosts into making contact with the person it came from. The female traveled through his host's saliva to the other host's vocal cords, where the male was waiting and the pair copulated. We can only imagine how the female manipulated his host, but it was probably through smell. Smells traveled directly to the limbic system via the olfactory cilia in the nasal cavity. Volatile compounds released by the female would stimulate the limbic system, which controls instincts, making the host feel amorous. This kind of sexual selection naturally led to competition between the male parasites. Males that had their hosts produce sounds perceived by females as more attractive succeeded in copulating and producing offspring. Evolutionary traits caused by sexual selection are curious. The peacock's feathers, the mannequin's dance, the firefly's luminescence pattern. Even with courtship behaviors that are not advantageous to survival, those individuals that excel in them produce offspring, and it escalates with each generation. The same was true of the vocal cord parasites. Courtship vocalization rhythms and intonations became more sophisticated, and in order for man to produce such sounds, they had to alter his vocal organs. By lowering the position of the larynx and developing resonating chambers, they enabled more complex pronunciations. But that was not all. The vocal cord parasites activated a transcription factor that would later control man's language ability. A protein that, due to its appearance, is called forkhead box protein P2, or FOXP2. Activating this transcription factor led to the development of brain function capable of creating sophisticated frequency changes. This was the pinnacle of the vocal cord parasite's prosperity. However, this sophisticated pronunciation control was too useful for man to ignore. Once human sexual activity ceased to be only seasonal, and having lost pigment-based sexual characteristics, distinctive vocalizations became the most effective means for humans to attract mates as well. Combined with logic pathways hardwired into the brain, or universal grammar, it was not long before advanced communication was possible. This was the birth of language. Luckily for man, it was around this time that a particular retrovirus was circulating. While not lethal, it infected not only man, but the vocal cord parasites as well. It is presumed that this virus removed part of the parasite's DNA and reverse transcribed it into man's reproductive cells. It was a vector. Among the genes it transcribed were the ones responsible for the production of language. The vocal cord parasite's vocalization genes were written into the human genome. The parasites were no longer of any use to man now. Man could use his voice as he pleased when he pleased, hindering the parasite's courtship vocalizations. Having lost their opportunity to reproduce, the parasites died out, leaving behind only the transcribed genes. The vocal cord parasites were once in symbiosis with man. Its genes even became a part of his. Humans and parasites are extremely close. As such, it will be extremely difficult for man's immune system to eliminate the vocal cord parasites. Even cutting them out will be no simple matter, which is exactly why these ethnic cleansing parasites are such a formidable weapon. The rise of the vocal cord parasites goes back approximately 300 million years to the Permian period. At that time, they were not even parasites, but predatory autotrophs. They are believed to have been the common ancestor to the Pentastomida and the Cyclops genus of copepods. However, Earth's environment underwent a violent change at the end of the Permian period. The cause is unclear, but evidence suggests that over 90% of the Earth's organisms at that time died out. The most pronounced threat to the proto-parasites was the severe reduction in oxygen concentration. The result was cladogenesis, a splitting that gave birth to a new